Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
Flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between.
Hey, welcome back, guys.
Hey, we're so excited for you today.
It's another week.
Another week.
And another fantastic strain.
Yeah, this is a really good
It's
strain.
like one of your favorites, I think.
It's a staple in my home, dude.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, what do you typically have in your home? Rice,
Coffee.
beans,
I mean, me. Yeah.
and blueberry muffin.
Can't go without some blueberry muffin.
Yeah, this is a hybrid indica dominant.
Yeah. From blueberry
e-
and purple panty trapper.
I just want some of that.
I know. I
That
really
just
want to
sounds
try
cool.
it.
That just sounds cool.
Fantastic.
But the reason why this is a staple in my home is that this is kind of a cure-all. And what I mean by that, you have some
Snake oil.
indigestion problems.
Blueberry muffins.
Blueberry muffin is fantastic. Mild headache.
Blueberry muffin.
Yep. A little bit of achiness. Blueberry muffin.
Mm-hmm.
It's not super high on the pain relieving elements,
Okay.
but today we're going to be using it in a concentrate, a pen, and the battery is provided to us by Stash. These guys make some of the coolest grinders, and we have another episode that actually goes into those grinders, but
Yeah.
this is a
Love their
fun little
stuff.
battery. Look at this. Like, it just lights up.
And
Nothing
it's
special.
See through. You can see the electronic stuff on that one, I think.
Yeah, but honestly, 510 batteries, they're a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Right? Some are cool. It's USB-C charged, so that's awesome.
Like that. Yeah.
But, is it like the cat's meow of these?
Can you change the temperature on it?
No. It
3
is-
clicks won't change?
Nope.
Hmm.
Most
All right.
of the, let's see.
Some of
1,
them
2,
have
3.
like 3 or 4 different.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh.
Yeah. So it does have temperature ranges.
Yeah.
There you go. But while he's figuring that out,
Oh, let's go to
I
green.
just want to take a minute and thank
Oh,
all
and
of
it
you
has a
guys
heat.
on Patreon. You
Yeah.
guys really help make the show. Your feedback, your comments, just the community and helping answer the questions there. And the contributions really mean a lot. They've helped us get to where we are now.
Well, and that's some of the things that, we've always talked about. Like, we want to be able to give back through that one, because honestly, we need the support to be able to help us so we can continue to be able to we put a lot of work into this. And it's not that we need to be paid for it. Just saying, if you like it, help us out.
Help a brother out.
Yeah, why not help some brothers out, right?
Yeah.
But more importantly, one of the things we are building more and more in that community. We're going to be adding more as time goes on, because we'll have more to be able to put into there. And one of those things is our giveaways. And we absolutely have just been overwhelmed and just so grateful for so many companies to be able to send us products, to be able to go through, check it out, give honest feedback on those. But they're always like, hey, you need to give back to your audience. Can we send you an extra one? And that makes it so awesome. So for Patreon supporters over there, we have our giveaways. If you're a Patreon supporter.
You get 5 extra entries for every giveaway.
So pay
Boom.
attention to us on Instagram. You're going to be seeing that. We're going to have a lot of different links over there. The products we're going to be giving away. Enter in. Get that. I mean,
check them out.
That's not.
And some cool stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to go to Patreon to be a supporter to be able to enter into that one. But even if you
Follow
gave,
us on social.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
we
where
would
all the
love
giveaways
that.
go. So you obviously can be entered to win. You don't have to support on Patreon. They just get extra entries.
Yeah, and a lot of our social media is directly reflected on our audience and being able to give us suggestions. So we continue to be able to do that. So our social media is more satire and fun things, a little bit of reviews, a little bit of science. But here, it's
a little bit of entertainment.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But you know what? Without further ado, I actually want you to give this the first go. Because the flavor in this is, again, in a concentrate form, why they are so not cost effective is because you will burn through these pens in no time. And especially one as tasty as blueberry muffin.
Oh my God.
So delicious.
don't think I have had this cultivar's blueberry muffin.
So
That is delicious. It
Right?
tastes like a blueberry muffin.
right, you know what it reminds me of?
Hmm.
That CBD flower that we got.
Oh, from Stony Branch Farms.
Yeah, they
Um,
that hemp that we smoked.
Yeah. That didn't feel or taste like hemp.
No, it didn't taste anything like hemp.
Blown away.
Yeah.
They sent me some tea. I have CBD tea.
Oh,
They have one. It's caramelized pear. It is so good. It's incredible.
links down below.
Yeah.
Links down below. We'll give a
Love their
link to this
stuff.
little battery. This
Yeah.
is super cheap, but I just kind of dig it, right? It's super transparent. It's got the cool lights that light up to let you know the temperature.
I like that it's not super long. Some of the other ones that I've had in the past that are like that were like
Well, yeah,
really
look at this.
long.
You know what I like? That when you do your 510 screw in, it's just a flat top.
Oh, nice.
Typically, they kind of jet out. And I find that sometimes if you put them into your pocket, you can hit it just right and it'll bend it.
Yeah.
You ever had that?
Yes. With some of the bigger ones.
That's what happened in
Plus,
my
then when I pull
Pineapple
it out,
Express.
I feel like I'm in Harry Potter or something because of this big ass
I know,
wand.
right?
And I'm like, Avada Kedavra. And they're like, wait, what? And I'm like, oh, didn't
I don't even know what that is.
turn around and run away. Somebody's throwing stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, you that's been a go-to for you.
Yeah, because in my house, like, you know, if I got stomach problems or anything like that.
But
you know,
for your wife too, this has been a
Yes.
really good strain where she has really particular endocannabinoid system.
yeah, and it changes. It varies every
Mhm.
single day,
Yep.
just based upon the stresses in her head and in her body. You know, being a mom is difficult with 5 kids, and 6 kids raising me too. And it's nice to know that cannabis can help support her, not to the point where she feels like she is not a frequenter of cannabis every single day.
No.
I am.
But I will say now that we have a lot more products and things, she seems to be doing it more often.
Yeah, she's really open to flower now. Before she wasn't. It was purely either
It's the
edibles
flavor,
or
I
vape.
think. And it's really hard. And the connotation of like smoking, like lighting anything,
Yeah, we
is a
use
whole
those
different thing.
E-vaporizers are fantastic.
Yeah.
It's
Well, you
usually-
have
it's
that
my
his and
preferred
hers
way.
version with like the healthy rips and
the Planet of the Vapes
one.
Yeah,
We'll have to do an episode with all of those.
Oh, dude,
We'll do a
side-by-side
vaporizer
comparison.
one. Yeah.
And we'll
So-
give one of those away.
Oh yeah. So we do have one to give away. Actually, it's just sitting
Yeah.
right over there.
Yeah, we so
Blueberry muffins.
blueberry muffins. What's the terpene profile in this?
Yeah. So the terpene has caryophyllene is the most prevalent one. Then it's got myrcene and limonene as well. So
Myrcene and limonene.
it's supposed to have that peppery flavor in that, which is surprising because all I got from that was blueberry muffins.
so delicious because it
It just blew me away.
and it's really I mean, especially in a concentrate. So if I go from this to say a sour diesel or a Jack Herrera, if I go to an indica from an indica to sativa, I cough. Now you would think with the caryophyllene in there that would cause a little bit more of that coffee.
Peppery, yeah, that coffee and terp.
Not really.
Mm-mm,
Not at all.
Not at all.
It's so tasty.
It's really smooth. I'm not getting peppery notes.
No, and it's a very nice, relaxing. So, I have gut issues too because I'm old and I have diabetes, type 2. Well, sometimes just my guts don't work the same way they used to, right? It gets really like just sometimes just certain foods don't sit well. I haven't used Tums
Mhm.
or Pepto-Bismol. So another really great feature of this, and we're getting into the fall time, right? People are starting to stay inside more.
Yeah.
It's getting colder, raining a lot more, getting close to that wonderful snow
Depression
time.
where people get seasonal depression.
Oh, absolutely. This has been fantastic for that.
I bet because it's like tingly, relaxed, and happy is the
Mhm.
most reported side effects. I would imagine this is a great one for depression.
Yeah. Well, it's an uplifting indica, I feel, more and then you would stereotypically that. You get a little bit of fog. It's a little bit of blah, blah, little jostle in the brain.
When you're like higher dose in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, with a pen, as we've talked about, when you're using a 510 thread, such as the Stash one, the Stash battery is great because you're only getting so much at a time. So that's why if you're going into you're new to cannabis, flower seems too intense, but that pen seems pretty harmless. And that's why it's designed that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, but you can only get to a certain level, right? And that's where we've talked about that. The only thing that can get you past that threshold, at least how I feel, is something like a Zenko
or
an Omegatron.
Omegatron by you. It's not Utilian.
No.
But the Omegatron.
Yeah, the Omegatron. We'll put it down in the show notes. We'll bring it on a show too.
Yeah.
It's a really high concentrated amount of, it's like a little fogger, right?
It can be a really high concentrated amount.
Go back to Banana Kush. Watch that one.
You get a little bit too high.
But it's good though, because it really brought me back to respecting that plant. I mean, really respect it. Just like, okay, shit. Now, I didn't look like I was freaking out, but I was freaking out inside. But what's great about in this concentrate that it's tasty enough that you can take 2 or 3 hits. This is going to help out a ton, especially like where anything like you're getting, that's what I was going into, was this is great. And this is TMI for some people, but dude, if you've got the squirts, if you're pissing out your ass, take a little bit of this. It stops it. It stops it completely. My stomach didn't hurt anymore. The last time I got the stomach bug, I didn't throw up once.
Interesting.
And I
would wager blueberry muffins might be incredibly good for people with IBS or Crohn's. If you guys have that and have used blueberry muffins, let us know. Has that been a really big benefit to you with Crohn's?
Oh, yeah.
I know there are a lot of cannabinoids in cannabis that is supposed to help with Crohn's.
Yeah, it's absolutely, it's so tasty, dude.
Yeah,
it's so tasty. This is definitely something that can be passed back and forth like candy.
Oh, yeah.
But
it says it's like blueberry, vanilla, and buttery flavors is what you get.
Well, and thinking about that, when we're talking about Crohn's, IBS, we're also thinking about people going through cancer treatment. This is a great strain for that one. Not super heady high. It's a good feeling.
Have you noticed a lot of munchies or like it makes you hungry?
Yes.
Oh, perfect then. This would be fantastic for those with cancer.
I get munchies on this. Very, 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 very mild cotton mouth. It's not bad. Not as bad. I've puffed on this strain. This is something that's been a staple in my home. I always have this in my medicine cabinet.
The flower on this looks beautiful. Like it's a very colorful strain. I would love to get this in a flower and come
a
back.
dab.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Get some really good wax and
oh my goodness.
I love that.
Wow. If I didn't sound hardcore stoner before that, I mean, I'm just saying because this is such a tasty strain. I can imagine this in flower form, how aromatic it would be. I would imagine it being pretty pungent as well, just smelling of it, the like maybe heavier hints in the minty smell. That's typically the flowery, I mean, not flowery, but more of the sweeter notes. I find that I get more of those aromas, right? Slightly more pungent, a little more skunky, but when you light it, those flavonoids just light off and you get that within the first and second hit. I mean, after that it's burning plant, but that's why this one is so appreciative. It's nice because even if you're feeling like shit and you take a puff off of this, dude,
take it right away.
Dude, my whole family went through it. I'm sure everybody's family went through it this last year. There was just a like rampant
bug that went around.
Yeah, just cleared you out. My wife was down for 6 days.
It's a long time.
Just didn't feel it. And I'm like, hey, you should. And she's like, no, I don't want to touch it. Well, when I got it, I'm like, no, sir.
Yeah.
After my first visit to the toilet, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not doing that all day.
Maybe that's when you got to get her like drops or something.
Well, yeah, I would think oh my gosh. Can you imagine this in a tincture?
Yeah, it would be delicious. It would
Right.
be
I would even try to find some type of blueberry extract that you could put in there, like a drop or two. Like that would be heavenly.
incredibly tasty.
Yeah, it is so good. And even in a pen form, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of it. Even though we use them frequently, I'm still not as big a fan as I am about flour, as I am about dab compared to a pen. But this pen is really nice. It doesn't make you feel like shit.
Yeah, and the blueberry muffin is just a delicious experience. That for me, that would become too much like candy.
Well, and blueberry. So I love blueberry as well,
Oh,
just
yeah.
straight blueberry, because it's so blueberry-ish.
It's such a relax. It's so tasty.
But it's a good sleep strain for me.
Yeah, it's a great end of day strain. I agree. Yeah.
No, I've got I don't know if you call him my stepdad. Yeah, you could. I just know him as Mark.
Yeah, I get it.
Mark's a good guy, but he struggles with Crohn's.
Oh,
real bad.
man.
He's got a lot of ailments,
It's
and
tough.
I don't know why. It's just coming to me now, but I really need to be able to reach out to him and tell him to go to a local dispensary out there. They're in Mass. Like, dude, they're like in a half a block away from a dispensary from their front door.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right?
Good for them.
Yeah. And so they have so many varieties that they can be able to grab. They used to grow their own, but now, which is probably better as far as like a quality standpoint, to be able to get it from a dispo out there. But he needs to be on blueberry muffin. It's just, I mean, like I said, blueberry is a stronger strain as far as like more of the sedativeness.
Yeah.
But with this, it has been tremendous on almost curing everything. And, you know, we did a review before this one, and I was pretty toasted by the end of it. Like
I felt fantastic. Yeah,
it was
really
good.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't so bad where I couldn't drive,
No.
but I had sun soil,
Yeah.
and we tried the flavorless one.
Mm-hmm.
A little spicy.
Yeah.
I was not ready for
It
that.
took
Ooh.
me down fast.
Yeah, dude. 1 minute underneath the tongue.
And I was like, whoa, all right.
It'll be down in the description. Go get yourself a bottle. You get a percentage off there. But it really took it down to the point where I could enjoy this strain. So it's a palate cleanser. So if you have a variety, or even throughout your day, like I have taken it 4 times a day, just depending on the day.
Oh, same.
Kind of abuse, but you know what? Sometimes I need a little extra. Or
Are you talking about blueberry muffin or Sunsoil?
I'm talking about Sunsoil.
Oh, same.
Because I switch through pans sometimes throughout the day.
Oh,
Or I'll do a different.
mine's for pain. It's not for the, like, changing the high or whatever.
No, I'm just saying that's an opportunity. Like if
That's a good idea.
if you're changing it up from daytime to nighttime, a real good thing to be able to experience it is by using this type of CBD. Super high strength, very potent, very cost effective as far as what I've seen for quality. It's insane. But I definitely would use this with that CBD oil. I'm glad that I did before this one, because I wouldn't been able to enjoy this as much. Again, this is one of my favorite strains. It's absolutely
it tastes
tasty.
delicious.
It's wonderful.
So far, it feels very relaxing.
Yeah, it's not too heavy at all.
No, I'm like, I don't
Very
feel...
light.
Yeah, it's a very mildly... I would be curious in flower to see the experience. But this is a very mild one. But it also has CBG in this strain.
Yeah, and that makes sense on the pain relieving side too of your guts, because you think about it, they're all like, everything's like muscles.
Yeah.
And that
if
is
something's tight or tense or inflamed, like that can help a ton.
I wonder if it would help with hot food.
It would.
You just have to eat ice cream after, so later on you're all, come on, ice cream.
No, if you eat hot food and then you take cannabis and it goes into it, it just goes in and starts blowing on the hot food and goes,
yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so hot.
and it just cools it right down for you. It's great.
No, but I'm thinking like your stomach after the fact, like this, again, this is the Pepto-Bismol. This is the Tums for me. Although Tums, there's great things about that, the calcium bicarbonate that you're taking. and it's to help kind of ease that acid in your stomach, but you need that acid. You need it in order for you to digest your food. I'm on like little blockers for my stomach. I have been forever because I suffer from extremely bad acid reflux. And I started experiencing it when I was in the Navy, when I was a kid. And it was horrible. I was drinking Pepto. Like, it's not okay
Dude, that's brutal.
to drink a whole bottle of Pepto.
No, that sounds horrible.
It's a bad idea.
I'm sure there's tons of shit in there that's like, hey,
it's not good.
It's not a long-term fix.
I mean, it will help.
Yeah.
But it's not good for you. So this, I feel, has been great. So if maybe you're even a little queasy before a meal, you want to eat, but you're just like, I just don't feel like it. Have a little bit of blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
They'll get past that.
Help with the stomach stuff and really get you feeling like eating.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely something that you want to keep within your medicine cabinet, but I wouldn't be puffing on this all day. It doesn't have the pain relief that you would get from, say, what is it, Rainbow Cadillac?
Oh, yeah, Cadillac Rainbow.
Cadillac Rainbow.
That thing just really hit the pain. It was fantastic. But this one, it's not even reported for pain relief.
No. Well, which I wouldn't imagine to. But it's crazy because the pain relief, more internal. So I think that's different and how to differentiate that. Because it definitely takes care of the gut issues. Like I don't use anything else. I was like, oh, my guts.
I mean, and if it works, then why would you want to use Pepto or Tums or something?
I just think it's just because people don't think that, right? They tend to put cannabis into only the recreational side.
It's a box. It fits here in this box.
Exactly.
Well, and habits. Like you said the other day when we were talking, you're like, oh, I almost instinctively reached for like ibuprofen or whatever it was. And I was like, but then you went for your sun soil.
Yeah.
Because you realized, oh, wait, this does the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but it's like you said, habit or, cannabis fits in this box.
But at the same time, even when it's habitual, that's the other problem with carts.
Yeah.
I keep calling them 510s, but I'm just going to call them 510s.
Habit.
It's such a habit forming use
because
of cannabis.
You don't get above that thing. I feel like it doesn't get me to where I want to be at.
Unless you're using an Omegatron or a Zenko.
But most of the time I'm not. Most of the time it's in my normal battery. And then even if I'm at home or I've gone out and I come back, it's still with me. I'm not putting it away.
No, I am not.
And that's my problem. And then I go through my cart and I'm like,
well,
I should know better because I don't want to buy carts as much. I'd much rather do concentrates.
Yeah, I'd rather do a dab. I'd rather do the flower. But again, I'm being hypocritical because sometimes I just want to put a cart in my pocket and go. I want to go and I can puff right before I go into the store.
Well, isn't that perfect out of the store? That ooze one that you have, the squeeze one, because you can put concentrates in it and do the same thing?
That is I'll bring it on. I'll bring it on an episode because that one from Honey Stick, I believe it's called the Honey Stick. It is so cool. It has an option for just a cart. They give you an empty tank to put either oil or concentrate in, which you could do either. And they have it unscrewed. You can just put the wax right inside what it looks like a cart, screw it closed, drop it in, and it's even more compact than this. And the only hesitancy, I would say, in taking that with me somewhere is that I would feel it has a tendency to be able to spill over. Well, I did it anyways, and it was awesome. It didn't spill because it was solid form wax. It wasn't so close to my skin to warm up, and it's all like kind of like a steel. It's like it feels like steel.
Yeah,
but it's more likely aluminum. And it just keeps it cool.
Interesting.
Totally keeps it cool. It didn't fit, and it just screws on top of one another. That'd be awesome. To have a concentrate in this form, the one reason why I wouldn't want to carry around that is because I don't want to turn dab into this, because this is so much easier to just blow through.
Yeah.
And that stuff's
Well,
way stronger.
I wonder though, because these have that plateau, if the other would get you where you want to be at, that you wouldn't actually do quite as much. Like I find that so now I've been not touching my carts at all. And I'm not
Whoa.
sure in my head right now if it's because I've used them all and they're gone, or if I genuinely just set them aside because I realized, you idiot, you have concentrates, you have flour. And so instead just using that.
Yeah, it's
But I've noticed with dabbing, I don't have to do it as often. I feel like I get to the place I want to be at, whereas with a cart, I'm just puffing on it habitually, mostly because it's, hey, I'm in pain. Okay, well, pain means I should puff on this. Okay, well, this is only getting me here. All right, well, I'm working. Well, I'm still in pain. Oh, all right, well, that means I should hit it again. Okay, keep working. Oh, hey, I'm in pain. That means I should hit it again. But it's always a plateau. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and again, it's in delivery method. These are designed to only heat up to a certain point. And after that, you're going to screw up your oil if you keep blinking it.
And it only uses so much at that time.
Right.
Versus a dab, I can do my dose.
Yeah, exactly. Right away.
Yes.
Super fast. It is the fastest delivery I feel that you can get. And for a cost, that's amazing. I mean,
it's fantastic. Well, depending on where you're at.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Some of Utah concentrates are $90 a gram. Actually, most of them are about $90 a gram. Yeah. I'm just thinking, gotta have, like, you have to start sucking dick or something in order to go buy concentrates.
Oh my gosh. Right? But it's so, it gets crazy. But if you think about it, how much would you spend on a cart? And how quickly would you blow through that cart? I think it's...
A cart I'll go through faster.
Well, and it comes down to discipline, because I found that, like, you remember that little one I got from Select?
Yeah.
Like, it's like a quarter of a gram. Not even a quarter. It's like...
A third, I think.
A third. Yeah, it was a third of a gram. And it was this tiny little tank. It was a throwaway, right? But it was so tasty. It was so tasty. But for that little stick, that cost me $25.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And I think that'd be great if I was traveling and I got somewhere total legal. And I'm like, I just need to get a little thing, because I'm not going to be here long enough to use that cart. A cart for me lasts a lot longer than it lasts for you.
Yes.
And even though I frequent my carts, I don't use them every day, all day. It just depends on the situation or what I'm doing. Like recently I did an event where I was the master
MC.
of ceremony. Yeah. And I was there. I was not feeling good. But I'll tell you what, I took this with me. I took the blueberry muffin and I puffed like a chimney in the in the parking lot. Like, there's all these people like looking like all medieval and stuff. I had like a Scottish kilt and all that fun stuff. I'll put it up on social.
That's fantastic.
It was really cool, right? But I was not feeling good.
Yeah.
I was not feeling good at all. And I was really glad that I didn't have that in a flower concentrate there, because I feel the concentrate trying to do a dab in a parking lot, not a good look. This, pretty easy, right? Socially acceptable. I don't think anybody ever pays attention to the smell, even though this does smell like cannabis.
Well, I wonder if your squeeze one would be the same, because it would look just kind of like,
dude, it's so small. I'm going to bring it on because it's so kick-ass. Like, we'll put it in the show notes anyways. But it later on, it's really cool. But at the same time, it could get to the point where you're using it like a cart. But now I'm thinking about it, it probably wouldn't matter, because concentrates are so strong that I wouldn't need very much. I could carry that around and take one or two. That's the thing, dude. I only do 1 or 2 puffs off of my honey stick.
Yeah.
Compared to this, I can do 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah. When we're gaming every once in a while online, like especially Gran Turismo, dude, I'm puffing the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Whole time I'm on sour diesel or some other sativa.
I'm not using pens, but I've been using the Zenko or like the Oxos, So,
Oh, are you using the concentrate in the Zenko?
oh yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Do you think it's better than having a cart?
Yeah. Because carts, I think it just heats up the atomizer too much.
Yeah.
And so you get a little bit more of a burnt flavor, even on the lowest setting. It's not that it's not bad. You still can have a really great experience with that thing. I think it's just harsher a little bit with the 510 threads than the concentrates.
And you would really appreciate using on those type of, I don't even know how to classify those because it's not a battery. I mean, what is
Which
it? It's a vaporizer?
The OXO and the Cino? Like
No,
the
no,
Cino
no.
and the
The Zenko.
Zenko? It's like, it's a dabbing type of machine because it does concentrate. Well,
but
it's
you can also do a cart.
It's a vaporizer. It
Yeah, it is a
vaporizes
vaporizer.
concentrates.
Some of them do flour.
Pens. It does flour too. The Zenko does flour as well.
The Omegatron doesn't. It's just concentrates and
But what we've read, I've not tried flour in the Zenko yet because
I haven't heard anything good about it.
Yeah, like with the Dr. Dabber switch, which I have, the flour tasted burnt. Like it.
Yeah, it's just charred.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I didn't spend
Licking
the
your
time to try
grill.
and do it a bunch to play around with it more. I'm just like, no, I'll stick this with concentrates.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Zenko is fantastic for concentrates. And maybe if you guys have a Zenko and have tried it out and
Or an
like it with
Omegatron.
flour, yeah, or the Omegatron, let us know because they're
Well,
very
and-
similar style devices.
And I think some with a very flavorful, very sweet strain such as this would be great in a Zenko or an Omegatron because of that.
Yeah.
Because it's so sweet. And
And that might get you to where you want to be versus like taking a bunch of hits and that.
well, and you don't have to let it go on auto. You can hold it down to be able to get to the desired amount you want in
Fill
there.
where you want, and you don't even have to sip it all out.
No. And you know what? You just don't put so much in there.
Yeah.
Just a little dab will do you. And
Little dabble do.
I mean, it's so quick.
Yeah.
And so I would think and that's I've given a lot of thought since that episode about how I could make it enjoyable, what I would need to do that would make that a lot better experience. And I think it's those times where I feel like this is going to turn into candy, where I'm going to keep puffing and puffing and puffing and puffing. I can just get the desired amount that I need to feel a certain way. And then,
Set it aside.
yeah, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't have to keep using it all the time because I'm at a good feel. You almost feels like you're chasing something when you're using a cart.
Mhm. I am. I'm chasing the stress relief, the pain relief, the anxiety relief that I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
but you don't get it all the way.
No, and that's what it feels like. And so my brain tells me, you're not there. And so even though I'm not thinking about it, I'm working, I'm doing whatever, my brain's going, hey, you're stressed, you're anxious, hey, you got a lot of pain.
Yeah.
You should do something about this. Well, my brain goes, well, don't be an idiot. You have products to fix that. So go smoke something. Go use a product that's going to help alleviate that issue. But then if I'm sitting there and I've got a pen, well, it's, okay, I know this helps, but does it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm only here. So is it actually helping me? Or is it actually just wasting product versus me going to like the Omegatron or the Zenko and putting my cart in there, filling it to the dose I need, and then using that dose. And then, like you said, it's not candy. It's not habitual. It's not, oh, hey, I'm trying to get to this point that I can't get. You're not chasing something you can't achieve.
All valid points. Totally. I'm thinking about that. You know, there are those out there who listen to us every week or every day even, thinking about like where their living conditions are at. Maybe they're in an apartment that says nothing, you can't do any of that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you're even in a state where it has been deemed illegal, but you still go, well, I want to use cannabis to help me with A, B, or C, whatever it is. So that makes a lot of sense.
Or a country, because there's tons of people who listen who are in way legal places all around the world.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of people over there in Ireland, and it's illegal there.
Oh, yeah.
And
Same with Japan, like
right?
everywhere.
Well, Japan is a little different. It's very strange with the cannabis world. Like there's it's legal, but it's not. It's like in the middle. It's really gray. You can get a lot of it there, but not legally. But I don't know. It's very strange what I've got into with Japan and cannabis. We should do a whole episode on that. That'd be kind of cool to kind of like pick the places around the world and kind of like what cannabis is like over there.
Oh yeah.
That'd be really cool. Kind of get some feedback. And yeah, if you're listening to this one and you are
in a different country,
hit us up.
Let us know.
Yeah.
We would love to share your story without your name, obviously.
Yeah. Or even, just your first name, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool episode because then...
Love to hear about your version and experiences with cannabis around the world.
Yeah. Do you have strict laws that state that you can't get any of that one? And carts and concentrates are like the best thing ever because it's super convenient, but it's also very incognito. You don't have to... You're not getting the stinky clouds coming out, which there's nothing wrong with stinky clouds. They're amazing.
No, but if it's going to get you thrown in jail, we don't want that either.
Yeah. So I would say like, if you are someone who's looking for a quick indigestion problems, small pains over there, you need a little bit of relaxation, check out Blueberry Muffin. Check out your local dispensary or wherever you get your cannabis products.
Yeah. And
let us know what is some of the things that you've loved about it? What are some of the things you don't like about it? Why are you an evil person? Why do you not like blueberry muffin tasting stuff? Because it's delicious.
I know. Maybe you just don't like blueberry. And in that instance, I guess...
You're a savage.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, absolutely. I've got my mother-in-law. Fruit grosses her out. I have no idea why. Fruit
grosses her out.
Yep. She's just like, bleh.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Bleh. Bleh. But I mean, it's really, I don't know. I really like this strain. I am excited to try this in the Omegatron.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that, but I think now I'm at a place where I could do one of those.
Well, and you understand better
yes.
dosing of it. Yeah. So you'd be just fine, I think. Yeah.
But I really like this for those issues. If you're maybe you're just not feeling it. Maybe you're just getting over being sick and you want to eat, but you don't want to. Like, that weird place you get into. Get this.
Oh, this would be a great one.
This is so awesome. You will not regret investing into that one. This isn't something that will disappear unless you want to puff on all the time. I'm not a fan of puffing this like all day long. I couldn't. It's just not
like
that
you
kind of
said,
strain.
there's a little bit of haze or fog to it. So it wouldn't be a high functioning full day long strain. It would be more of the end of day or end of your day kind of thing.
But it's straight medicine for me. Like, I mean, one, the flavor will keep you coming back. But two, it's medicine for me. So I know exactly what I use that strain for and what I don't use it for.
Yeah.
And I don't use it for is just my everyday strain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good, like, I'm not feeling good or I just need to feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it hits all of those notes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I hope you guys got something out of this show.
Yeah. Go leave us a review.
Please go to Apple, write one out. Let us know. Jesse's head is not shiny enough.
Brandon's forehead looks like Megamind. What in the fuck?
He doesn't have dreams.
Are they casting a second movie?
He has movies. You got 4 head, you got 5 head. But no, again, we appreciate Patreon supporters always. Follow us on social media. Get involved. Get those giveaways. We've got so much stuff that we want to give to you guys. Cool stuff, vaporizers, dab rigs, all sorts of cool shit.
Yeah, you guys need some more cool stuff.
Yeah,
so.
and it's in conjunction with these wonderful companies that have been working with us. So with that,
love you guys.
Take care.